Cody, listen! I was able to get time off at the end of the year. Now I'll be able to stay off work for all of New Year's. Normally, I've always had to go back to work a lot sooner than the rest, which has always been annoying for us. But this year, you and I can finally have some time to just relax and enjoy ourselves.
Are you serious, Miley? I'm sorry. At the end of the year, I have to go on a business trip. That means this time we're not going to be able to spend any time with one another at all.
What? You have to be joking, right? You have to take a business trip at the end of the year when we're both supposed to be on holiday?
That's unfortunately right. I tried to explain that I was busy then, but my boss told me that I have to go.
I can't believe you're being forced to do that during New Year's. Has that trip already been set in stone now?
Yes, it has been. I tried to see if someone else would be willing to go for me, but it turns out that I'm having to manage a project over there, so I can't have someone else going for me. I'm so sorry that this had to happen right as you came to me with such good news.
It was a real pain in my butt getting that extra time off from work. I wish you would have told me about that a lot sooner, Cody.
I was only told about this today, though. I was just about to let you know about this when you started to text me, but I'll be back right after New Year's, all right? Then you and I can take time to relax with one another.
But you and I won't be able to be with one another during the New Year's celebration, right? We promised one another that this year we'd go to see the fireworks and everything downtown.
We did promise each other that, didn't we? I'm sorry. Next year, I'll make sure to get that time off before anything comes up.
This really sucks, Cody. There was this restaurant I wanted the both of us to go to as well during New Year's.
You can go there by yourself if you want. You don't have to take me along to go eat there with you.
What are you talking about? I wanted to go there on a romantic date before we went to go and see the fireworks. You really think I'd want to go and eat there alone with nobody to talk to? Everyone else is going on dates with their husbands that night, and I'll be forced to sit by myself. I don't want to have to sit there feeling bad for myself while everyone else gets to have fun with their loved ones.
That's a very good point. I'm really sorry about this, Miley. I know that you hate being alone during major holidays, and this year you're gonna have to do just that because of me.
That's right. And after New Year's Day, I was hoping we could go to my family's place and hang out with them for a bit. The fact that I'll have to be by myself now during that time is too bad. I guess I can just go stay with my parents during that time.
I know that this sucks, but it'll only be happening this time. And as a way of saying I'm sorry, I'll take you on vacation come February to somewhere warm. Where would you like to go? Florida? We can go back to Miami if you'd like and stay at that resort again.
I don't really care to go there right now. It's not like it's your fault that this had to happen anyway.
Please don't get upset right now. I promise to do something for you to make up for everything that's happened.
I'm not angry or upset right now, Cody. I just feel really sad because of the fact that I took that extra time off to be with you and we had plans made up for New Year's. You don't have to be worried about me being upset with you, alright? I am sure you are feeling much more upset due to the fact that you're the one actually having to work during the holiday.
Yeah. The moment that my boss started to tell me that I had to go, all of my excitement began to melt away and be replaced by sadness.
You were really looking forward to using this time to lay around the house a bit and relax, since you normally don't get too much time off. You even wanted to go to a bar or something with me so that we could get drunk together.
That's right. I wanted to go out day drinking or something with you since we rarely ever get to do that together. It's the end of the year as well, so all the bars are having these awesome events, but now I'm not able to go to them with you. I really hate this.
But this is just 1 year, and I'm sure that next year the same thing won't be happening to you. I'll just take some time to think on this and make up some plans that I can enjoy by myself this time. And as for you, Cody, good luck with work. At the very least, I hope you can find some time while away to relax by yourself. Hi, Cody! I just finished my last day of work for the year.
Awesome! Now you can start your vacation away from work and let yourself get all the relaxing that you've been needing.
That's right. A lot of people today left right after lunch in order to take off and go on trips with their families. Even the higher-ups were out of the office early today, but I had to stick around to finish up some work. I'm out now though, and it's time for me to get home and take off my suit before taking a nice long bath.
I'm sure you've been looking forward to that.
This year was one hell of a busy year for us here. I'm so glad I made it to now though, and can let all of that stress go.
It's been a busy year for the both of us then. This year my work had been so tough on me that I never thought that I'd get to experience any time off. Well, it's not like I'm getting to spend my time off just yet though.
You got screwed by having to take a business trip at the end of the year, so once you get back from that, I'm sure you'll be ready to sleep for days. Just know that you only have a little longer before that can happen.
I'm choosing to head out a little bit early on the trip. That way when I get there, I don't have to run around a whole lot and can take my time with the project. But man, I really don't want to go. Tomorrow you're heading to your parents' house to spend time with them, right?
That's the plan. It sounds like some of my family will also be going to their house to meet with everyone. I thought it would be a good time for myself to go as well, so that's what I'm doing now. It's been a long time since I've seen some of my aunts and uncles.
This'll be a wonderful chance for you, so please spend all the time you need over at their place. I'm sure you don't want to come back to our empty house either, right?
That's true. That's why I'm going to be staying there for a few days, I think, and maybe even until you come back home. My younger brother and his wife will even be coming to stay for a bit, so I'd love to be around him while he's there. This is actually the first time in a long time that all of my family is getting together during the holidays.
I see. I'm happy to hear that. Please let them know I said hi and Happy New Year as well.
My dad is very disappointed that you won't be able to come this year. He always loves having you around because the both of you enjoy the same drinks and can drink a lot. Besides you and my dad, there isn't anyone else in my family that likes whiskey and likes to drink a lot of it.
I was really looking forward to drinking with him this year. It really sucks that we had a dry Christmas because that would have been the perfect time for us. We'll be going back to your parents' house again next Easter though, right?
That's right. During that time, you can come out with me and drink with my dad. I'll let him know that tomorrow when I go over to their house, and hopefully hearing that will cheer him up a bit.
Thank you. Tomorrow's gonna be the last time I see you this year, huh? Next time I see you will be next year.
Do you know what day you'll be coming back home yet?
I should be back a lot sooner than I first thought, on the 2nd, I believe. The only thing I'm worried about is the weather, which is looking pretty grim during that time. If there's a huge storm like the news is saying, flights will be delayed and all traffic will stop moving. In the worst case scenario, I might have to stay until that storm passes and everything's clear again. If that happens, then expect me to be home closer to the 4th or 5th.
I see. I really hope that storm passes over us and you are able to get back home when you want to.
Right. I'm sure things will be just fine though, so don't get too caught up on it.
There's another thing I wanted to say. Since you and I won't be able to spend New Year's together, can we at least go out for dinner tonight? As in right now? I'd like to go to that steakhouse down the road from us for a little date.
That steakhouse, huh? I wonder if I'll be able to go though. I'm still at the office actually and have to finish up all these documents before I have to go on the business trips.
You're still working?
I just have a little bit more to go. I was planning on bringing work home with me tonight and doing the rest from there.
Will you not have enough time to head to that steakhouse just for an hour? We don't have to stay there long, and then when you get back home, you can finish up work.
Understood. But I can only go as long as we make dinner quick, okay?
I'll make sure to watch the time for us. Sorry for asking this at such a bad time.
No worries, I don't mind at all. I had been wanting to spend some time with you recently, and this is our last chance for a little while.
Thank you, Cody. I'll call the place and make sure they have seating available for us.
Please, and thank you. And once again, I'm really sorry that we won't be able to spend New Year's together this year.
You don't have to apologize for that anymore. It's not like you're to blame for having to be out of town during that time, right? But just remember that next year you have to say no to anything like that if it comes up again. Or else.
If I am able to, I'll make sure that my boss knows I'm not going.
I'm sure you can't force your boss to let you skip a business trip if it's really that important. Although, you'd think that during the holidays, companies wouldn't be asking their employees to go on a business trip, right?
You always talk about how much you hate the fact that companies are always asking too much of their employees.
Remember how you made plans with me for the 4th of July? And although you told the company you'd have that time off, they still asked you to go on a business trip that you couldn't refuse. I can't believe they'd do something like that to you, and I kind of hate your company to this day for doing that. What a waste that was.
I'm sorry that my job has always taken me away from you. Starting next year, I'm gonna make sure things like that never have to happen again.
If you're able to do that for me, I'd be the happiest woman ever. Now, I'm gonna give that steakhouse a call about the seating. I'll talk to you soon. Make sure to come home as soon as you can.
Miley, how have things been going over at your mom and dad's place? Have you been able to relax a lot?
It's been so amazing for me. I haven't had to do anything at all, and yet I'm able to eat anything and everything I want. They also have a hot tub here, which I've been taking advantage of, and a lot of fresh apples that they harvested this year. I'd love to get a hot tub at our house now.
I guess you really have been having a good time at your folks' place then. I'm sorry to say, but we'll never be able to get a hot tub at our place. If we had one, I'd never be able to get out of it and go back to work.
Same here, honestly. Things like hot tubs are both very good for people and ABD. What have you been up to out there, Cody?
Just working. This project should be over with pretty soon here, though.
It's already 5 now and you're still having to work, even during the holidays? I thought they would have at least let you go back to your hotel early so that you weren't completely taken up by work.
I've had enough of this, to be honest. I want to go home now. Everyone else in the world is getting to spend their New Year's with their family, and I have to be out here working on a project for this company. Why?
I'm sure it sucks to have to work while everyone else is resting. I feel so bad for you.
I've been so busy with this project lately that I haven't even had time to eat much. I've started to wonder if I'm just a slave to this world and will never be able to do what everyone else gets to.
That's how busy you are with that project right now? I'm sorry that I got to take time off and enjoy myself.
You don't have to be sorry about getting time off to rest. Go ahead and have a lot of fun since you're filling both the shoes of yourself and me now. By the time I'm back and able to have time to relax, it'll be past all the celebration. Oh, I almost forgot to wish you a Happy New Year.
You don't have to wish me anything, Cody. However, I'm going to wish you one since you're still having to work. I know you're tired and need every wish that you can get from me.
Thank you, Miley. I know that you and I can't be together right now, but I at least wanted to tell you Happy New Year. Let's make sure to keep texting one another a lot for the time being. Happy New Year! There you go. I'm really sorry we couldn't spend this moment together, but Next year, I promise to be with you on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Though you can forget about there being a next year. You and I will be very much divorced by then.
What? Why would you say that?
You haven't been away on a business trip this whole time, Cody. That was all one fat lie.
What? I never lied to you about my business trip, why would I? Even now, I'm still working on some paperwork before I get ready for bed.
Right now, you're near the city hall in that area, celebrating the new year, right? And standing right next to you is a very young woman.
What? What are you talking about right now? Tell me what the heck all of that means.
I was just watching the news. There's a couple of programs that run footage of what New Year's looks like all over the US, right? And while we were watching it, footage from New York City was shown to us. And there you were, standing on the street near the city hall with that younger woman in your arms. In other words, what you've been up to, is that right?
Huh? What are you talking about, Miley? You just saw someone else who looked like me was all.
There was no mistaking that man for you. The coat he had on was the same exact one you own and left the house in to go on that so-called business trip.
This coat is sold at all large retailers all over the US, so anyone could have it. I'm telling you, that man was not me you saw.
Then let me give your company a call when there are people back in the office and ask. I'm sure they would be happy to confirm with me whether or not you're on a business trip right now. I'm going to find out one way or another, Cody, whether you are really telling me the truth or not about that.
There's no reason for you to be doing that. I'm not lying to you, and hearing me say that as your husband is all you should need to hear, right?
Do you have proof that you didn't lie? I'm sure you don't. So I'm gonna have to call one of your bosses there and ask them where you've been this holiday season. And so far, neither my whole family or I are willing to believe that that man we saw on TV wasn't you.
Your family was all watching the TV as well?
The whole entire family was in the living room watching the news. And when you were shown on the TV with that woman in your arms, the whole room went silent. I'll have you know that currently, my whole entire family is pissed off now after what they had to witness.
I see.
Are you going to confess now to what you've done? That you went to New York City for New Year's with another woman?
I confess.
What a great job you did convincing me that you actually loved me and had to miss out on spending time with me for work. I'll take a small bit of the blame here, though, for believing in all those lies you told me. But you're going to be the one receiving most of the punishment for doing such a horrible thing to me. I can't believe you, Cody.
Just make sure not to call my work now, okay? Please.
Then let's start with you telling me who exactly that woman you are with is.
She's a co-worker of mine from work.
I see. So that's the reason why you don't want me calling your bosses about this, right?
If they were to find out about this, there would be a serious problem with trust within the office. So I would like to keep what's happened away from the company's ears.
You really had been going so hard at telling me how busy you've been all year at work. What the hell was all of that about?
I didn't want you thinking that there was a chance I wasn't working, and so I said another lie. I'm sorry about that.
You really are the worst, Cody. I am a freaking idiot for sympathizing with you and letting myself be fooled. I was even thinking that someone like you loved me enough where you'd want to spend the holidays with me and took time off from work for it. You didn't even care about the fact that what you were doing would force me to be alone during New Year's Eve. In your case, your eyes were on that younger woman, and so was your mind. I can see now that to you, I'm not as important of a person as I first thought I was. I now know just how much or how little you care about me being your wife.
You have it all wrong.
How do I have any of that wrong?
Honestly, I was wanting to spend all of New Year's with you this time. That's why I worked my butt off all year round so that I could get time off alongside you. I was really looking forward to finally having a week or so to spend with you, relaxing. Those feelings I have had for you were not all lies.
But in the end, you chose to spend your New Year's with that younger woman instead of with your own wife, right? In other words, she is a lot more important to you than I am.
She wouldn't stop asking me to go on a trip for New Year's to New York City, and it was driving me nuts. She was so consistent that I had no other choice but to say yes to her because I didn't know what she'd do if I'd said no.
Such a crappy little excuse.
I'm not joking. She's a very pushy woman who would not let me get away with saying no. If I tried to run away from her after saying no, I have no clue what she would have done to me. I'm serious. She's a scary person, in all honesty. I was afraid that by saying no to her, she'd start to go around the office talking about how I was cheating on my wife with her or something.
I can see you're trying to push all the blame onto that young coworker of yours right now. But you're still to blame for the fact that you even started to have a relationship with her in the first place, right? So stop trying to play the victim in a crime you committed yourself.
I completely understand that. I made a major mistake.
Why the hell do I have to feel this way during the time off that I had to take from work? I was having the best time of my life with family I haven't seen in ages, and now all of that has been ruined because my selfish asshole husband doesn't really love me. When places start to open back up, I'm going to have to head right to the courthouse to figure all of this out.
What do you have to figure out there?
I told you that already, right? I have to figure out how to handle this divorce. I'll be getting all the paperwork from there as well. Oh wait, I forgot that I can just download that from the internet and print it out myself. Well then, I'll get to doing that right now and prepare myself for when the courthouse is open again. And head there to hand in the papers and finish this divorce. I don't even have to see your face anymore in order to get this divorce.
Wait! Can you please refrain from getting a divorce? I'll start heading home right now and apologize for everything.
You must have some freaking balls on you to be wanting to come back here. Remember how I said all of my family is pissed right now? That includes my dad, who you know used to be a pro boxer, right? So, are you really going to come back here?
I'll come there no matter who else is around. That's how much I don't want for us to get a divorce right now. I will come and apologize until the day you learn to forgive me. I'll even get on my hands and knees to apologize to you and all your family.
If you come here, all you'll be doing is landing yourself in the hospital. If you didn't want a divorce to the point where you have to come here and risk your life, then you should have never been cheating on me in the first place. Would you shut the hell up? We are not going to let you in with all of that screaming and crying. It's the first day of the new year, and you're going to go and piss everyone off in the neighborhood now? Get the hell away from here.
Let me in the damn house! Please!
I told you already that my dad is in here and will not listen to you until he's gone and knocked your teeth in. So get lost if you know what's good for yourself.
But I don't want to get a divorce.
Well, that's too bad, because none of us are forgiving you. Can't you already see that by the way my mom handled you at the front door? She pushed you to the ground and slammed the door in your face before locking it. Honestly, you could have had a chance at talking to us, but you made yet another stupid mistake by bringing that woman here. What the actual hell is wrong with you? Have you completely lost your mind now?
She told me that she wanted to come and apologize to you as well. She said that she feels really bad for laying her hands on me, even though she knew I was married.
Bullcrap! I don't want to listen to some shallow apology from a bitch like her. She took you all the way to New York City during New Year's and thought that was totally okay at the time? I'm sure she's feeling so happy on the inside right now, knowing she was able to steal my husband from me. The only reason she wants to act like she feels sorry is because she's afraid of how much I'll be asking for in the settlement, right?
That's not it. She's just as sorry about what happened as I am.
Guess I'm going to have to call your company now after all, to let them know about this. I'll let them know that you and her started to have an affair in the workplace and that I'd like the both of you to be dealt with.
I told you there's no reason for you to be telling my work about it.
But you haven't given up and screwed off yet like I've been asking. So because of that, I'll have to make your punishment even more severe. And I bet by asking them about all your other business trips, they'll tell me whether or not you actually went on them or were just out cheating. I'm going to learn everything I need to know from all your higher-ups.
I'm asking you to please leave my workplace out of this for me. I get that I haven't been listening to what you've said and should leave, but I don't want to lose you. You can punish me any other way you'd like, but don't tell my work. Who knows what all of my other coworkers would start to think about me? Right now, they all love me. I get that it wasn't right of me to start having an affair with another woman in the office, but there's no reason for you to be telling them all about it now, right?
Then you should have freaking listened to me before pulling crap like coming here with that woman. Now I'm going to call them, and I'm going to learn about what else you've lied about. I have a right to learn about it now, right? I'm sure this will cause you and your coworker to have to break up. But I don't really care what happens to you anymore, Cody. And if things become really difficult for you within the office, then even better. That's what you freaking deserve to live with after what all you've done to me.
What the hell do I have to do in order to get you to forgive me? I promise that I'll do anything you ask of me.
The only thing you could do besides leaving me alone is jumping off a bridge. But you're too much of a bitch to do that, so it's a divorce. So get the hell off my parents' property. If you don't start going right now, I'm getting your parents over here, and we'll see what your mom and dad do to you.
Can you at least allow me to talk first? I want to see you in person and talk. Then, after we've had the chance to talk, we can decide on whether to divorce or not.
There's no reason to waste time doing all that. I'm going to be staying at my parents' house from now on and getting that divorce from you. And while you're away from the house, I'll go over there to get all my things, or have a friend of mine go over there to get them. That's how much I don't want to see your face anymore.
I don't want you doing that.
And I never wanted you digging down another woman behind my back. You wasted my time and emotions on another woman. You should be happy we're getting this divorce now, because that means you can spend the rest of your life with her now. Now, I would like to spend the rest of the day relaxing with my family. Don't even bother trying to call or text me anymore.
Wait, please! I'm asking you to please not leave me. I don't want things to end with you like this. I will apologize to you for everything, I promise you that. So please forgive me for this one mistake I made.
I don't want to hear it anymore. My family are all getting ready to head out for lunch today, so if you don't want my dad's fist to your head, screw off. I'm telling you right now that he's all wound up, so if the garage door opens and you're still there, he's either going to knock you out hard or run you over with his van. After that, it didn't look like my husband was going to be leaving the front of my parents' house with this other woman, so my dad went out the back door and snuck around. He came up right behind Cody before he could notice, but it was too late, and my dad's fist hit him right in the cheekbone, throwing him off the porch and into a rose bush. We called both of his parents to come and get him, and when they showed up, his veteran dad came and chokeslammed him into the pavement before dragging him into their car and driving off. The frightening scene caused that younger coworker of Cody's to make a run for it, but we didn't worry about her because I knew where she worked. Soon, things became very quiet after all of that action had finished, and the only thing to show that it ever happened was a crushed rose bush and a few spots of blood on our driveway where Cody's dad slammed him. From there, I made sure to stay at my parents' house while working on the divorce papers, and called Cody's office asking about what was going on. That's when I learned that Cody had never been tasked with any business trips, and that all those trips he did take were just to have an affair. In the end, I was able to get a massive settlement of $35,000 from Cody in the divorce, and another $10,000 from his woman. Having already talked with his company once before about him, his bosses made sure to keep me in the loop about what happened next. After a few days of talking amongst the leaders of the company, it was decided that Cody would be moved to a smaller office on the other side of the US, and that his woman would remain in the office she had been in, receiving a major salary decrease and no PTO. I think that the company did a wonderful job punishing those two, and made it pretty much impossible for Cody and his ex-coworker to ever see one another again. A month later, I received this letter from Cody in the mail asking for me back and saying once again how sorry he was. But before I could finish reading it, my dad took it from my hands and threw it in the fireplace. I'm honestly happy that my parents and family were even more upset with Cody than I was. I know that losing the man you loved is heartbreaking, but I'd rather be heartbroken and still have a loving family than end up the way Cody did, losing both his family and the woman he said he loved. Seriously, as long as I have my whole loving family with me, no amount of negativity will be able to tear me down for long. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.